but have bounced back. Very promising as they head down the final stretch of this season.
3rd down and 12. Darnold under pressure. Darnold is sacked at the 1. James Pierce, 5th straight game with a sack. Jaron Reed in for the first time for Seattle in the middle of that defensive line. And on 1st down, off play action. Cousins looking over the middle, finds Pitts, and Kyle Pitts inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. See if Kirk Cousins can solve it or if Seattle's defense keeps the trend going. Cousins on 3rd and 3 to the sideline, in and out of the hands of David Sills. Good coverage from Josh Jobe, who helped knock that loose. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Atlanta on the board with 3. So funny, he goes, I don't know that guy. Who's this guy? Watching him this week. Darnold to the sideline. That's Jackson Smith-Njigba. Finds enough space to get the 1st down. 1st and 5 of the 42-yard line after the penalty. Zach Charbonnet picks his way up the middle. Good run for Charbonnet into the secondary. Charbonnet tripped up as he gets to the 32-yard line by A.J. Terrell. They'll mark him at the 31. 2nd and goal. Walker finds some space. Walker weaving inside the 5, and he's down at the 4. 3rd down and goal. 11th play of this drive. Darnold with time, looking for the end zone. Jackson Smith-Njigba out of bounds, incomplete. So a 22-yard field goal try for Jason Myers, and the NFC Special Teams Player of the Month in November bangs home 3 for Seattle. Get movement, took the delay of game. 4th and 1 this time. The hand to Algier, a nice little cut to the left, and he's got the 1st down. Ball came out at the end of the play, but the officials are saying it's down. 3rd down and 10. 4-man rush. Cousins short to Pitts, and Pitts, good open field tackle. Outstanding play by Devin Witherspoon. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Darnold on the roll, looking downfield, deflected, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes off the deflection and down at the 30 of Seattle. 3rd and 12. Cousins. The screen pass is deflected and it's incomplete. Boye Mafe from 50. His lone miss this year came from 50 last week. And it's blocked! Another special teams play. Nicky Manwari. But limiting the damage done by one of the most talented in the game. Darnold to the sideline for Shaheed with Hughes in coverage. It's incomplete. With a name like Kobe Bryant, you can't avoid watching basketball. Worst start of the day for Atlanta. Bijan Robinson trying to help out that field position, and he's out to the 20. 2nd and 6. Pressure comes. They set up the screen. This is Algier with blockers in front. Algier with a 1st down out across the 45 and a flag in at the end of the play. Pick up a 15 if it holds. 2nd and 4 here for the Falcons. And it's Algier with a hole, and Algier with a 1st down out to the 42-yard line. Picks up 9 on that run to move the chains. Second and 12. Cousins looking for Pitts, and he drops it in. What a catch! 11 years with Dallas, his first year in Seattle. Cousins airs it down the sideline, looking for Darnell Mooney, and he finds him for the touchdown.
But you can't be the first person to touch the ball coming off the sideline out of bounds.
43-yard try from Zane Gonzalez is good. And Darnold, pressure comes, able to get free. Darnold now will tuck it and run, and Sam Darnold out near midfield. Good scramble by Darnold. On 1st and 10. Clean pocket for Darnold, zips it over the middle. There's Shaheed down at the 35-yard line. Good snap and hold. The kick by Myers sends us to the locker room in a tie game at 6 apiece.
And, it's their opportunity to come out here in the second half and start to eliminate the reasons why there's concern over this offense. But we're seeing a lot of the same things we've seen the last few weeks.
And here's Rashid Shaheed, big special teams play. Breaking free, and Shaheed all the way to the house, no flags. 100 yards later, the Seattle Seahawks have the lead. The first kick return for a touchdown in the career of Rashid Shaheed.
Now, most of these have come to the coverage side right. That came to coverage side left. And this is really what the dynamic kickoff has become, is like a running play. You know, we're trying to minimize the amount of speed and velocity into the collision. And you can't get out of your run lanes. Look at the blocks by Seattle. Look at that lane right there. And, you know, the last opportunity, Arnold Ebiketie had that last opportunity to squeeze that gap, and he's a couple steps away from doing it.
And we had those penalties, but really upset with the officiating at the end that took away that potential Mooney touchdown. He felt like it should have been a PI or a legal contact.
All right, Allison, thanks so much. Kirk Cousins finds Pitts open over the middle of the field, down to the Seattle 40-yard line. 2nd and 7. Robinson again, looking for a space, somehow finds one, bounces to the outside, and he's got a first down. 3rd and 1. Robinson. Fumble! The ball's out and it's recovered by Devin Witherspoon of Seattle. Off the play fake. Darnold with time. Open. Jackson Smith and Jigba. They find him for a big gain out of bounds near the 26-yard line of Atlanta in this second half. 2nd and 11. Darnold over the middle. Jackson Smith and Jigba on the run. Breaks a tackle. He'll take it all the way in for a Seattle touchdown.
Going to press outside, back up. There's the little stumble you talked about. Xavier Watts, 31, terrible angle. Terrible angle coming down from the safety spot. You've got to know that 11 is coming across the field and run to where he's going to be, not where he was. I don't know if he got caught with Cooper Kupp coming across in the other direction, and what can happen when that offense really hits its stride, like we saw on that last possession.
3rd and 3. Cousins deflected, and Emanwari off the deflection from his chest with the interception. With this group, and you've seen the impact all day today for the young man. Movement up front. Flag is down. Cooper Kupp's first target and catch. Breaking tackles. Kupp all the way down near the 21-yard line. 3rd and 7. Darnold. Clean pocket for the end zone for Kupp. Incomplete. Terrell out there in coverage. So a field goal try of 37 yards for Jason Myers. 2 for 2 today. And Myers makes it 3 for 3. First down and 10. Kirk Cousins. Pressure comes. Floats it out to Algier. Algier up the sideline, a first down and more into Seattle territory. Falcons using a little bit of pace here, some urgency for this offense. Cousins, pressure comes again, able to find the open man. That's David Sills down inside the 20. And a quick toss, Drummond in traffic inside the 10, and Drummond down at the 9, 2 yards short of a first down, and that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. The crowd is grumbling at this. A field goal try coming for the Atlanta Falcons, but you and I were talking about this during the break, Daryl, and with 3 more on the board, this is absolutely the right call if you're Atlanta.
Yeah, they only gained 3.9 yards, so they're committed to the run game.
3rd and 6. Darnold will step up, floats it to Shaheed, who's all alone. Nice move at the 25 and out of bounds. Darnold, late pressure, good coverage downfield. He'll tuck it and run, and Darnold at the 15 with a slide.
The turnover bug is the one thing that they've got to get fixed. That will be exposed. That will be maximized in the playoffs.
Darnold to Cooper Kupp to the end zone, and a touchdown for Cooper Kupp, his 2nd of the year.
Great job. They're going to go in motion, but watch what Jackson Smith-Njigba does. He's the one. He gets D. Alford caught up in that wash. Really nice play design by Clint Kubiak with the release of Jackson Smith-Njigba with Cooper Kupp coming across in motion. And I think you just see the game and the preparation differently than others.
Juggled and intercepted. It ends up in the hands of Devin Witherspoon. Here's Darnold. Clean pocket. Charbonnet out of the backfield. First down and more. And Charbonnet wrestles to the 15-yard line. Ronnie Harrison on the tackle.
Yeah, instead of taking the delay of game and going to 1st and 15.
And on first down, play action, Darnold turns, open is tight end A.J. Barner, and Barner banging his way to a 1st and goal. Darnold on 3rd down, pressure comes to the end zone, it's Jackson Smith-Njigba for the 2nd time today with a touchdown.
Okay, our offense is back. Watch Sam Darnold on this. Drops back, waiting, pockets collapsing, straight up the middle. No jump pass, eyes downfield, tight throw to Jackson Smith-Njigba for the touchdown with the offense today, and especially Sam Darnold here in the second half. He has played the way he played early in the year. We've seen the explosive pass play come back. We've seen very good decision making.
Here's Devin Tompkins, nudged out of bounds by Jason Myers. Rookie from South Carolina. They got him in the 2nd round, and he has been phenomenal today. Cousins to Pitts on the sideline, and Pitts down at the 31. Reek Woolen with the tackle. And a flag comes in at the end of the play.
For the first time today, 32-28.
How about that? Thanks, Carissa. Cousins jumps this pass for Sills. Flags down. Working against Josh Jobe.
Pass interference. Defense number 29. Ball's placed to the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
Cousins short and incomplete. Looking for Mooney. Pass broken up by Ty Okada. Together, everybody practices all week long, and a game like this gives you a chance to get some of those guys rewarded with game reps. And an opening here for Velus Jones. And Jones up the sideline with a 1st down.
I think that's one of the key things. And we showed you that highlight with Cooper Kupp and DeMarcus Lawrence and what they represent as veteran leadership, not only in how they approach the game, but how they play.
I mean, if you're talking about a guy to pass in the record books, if you're passing Tom Brady for something, that means you've done something pretty remarkable. And Sam Darnold is the guy who's done that. And a 6-6 game at half turns into a Seattle rout, 37-9. The Seahawks with the win, now 10-3, and the Falcons fall to 4-9.